Welcome back to part 3 of Devil May Cry. This time we're going to take our newly acquired sun key and take it to the appropriate door. The door in question is where we fought Nilo Angelo. Next to the mirror where Nilo Angelo came out from, there was a symbol of the sun. That's where we're taking it because it's actually a door, even though it just looks like a symbol on the wall. However, you have to be quick because the key itself is actively draining your health. And oh, hi Phantom again. And just like last time, we're not going to bother fighting you because there's really no point. They give you green orbs at the end here as well. There's such a tight gap to try and fight him in if you decide to fight him there as well. So you don't have to, there's no requirement whatsoever, it's just for extra red orbs. But we'll be moving on. I can hear enemy, yep, alright, I'm going to swap to the shotgun. Let's see if I can get some critical hits. I sounded like I got 2 of them then. I think I did. Neat. And yo, you have to kill them to unlock the door so we can go back up. Just like mission 5, this mission is really not that long because there's something actively draining your health. You'll kill these guys. The shotgun is the best way of dealing with them if you're close enough. Like, some of them move around like a lot, as you can see. So it might be a bit hard to aim the shotgun. Is that everything? Right, now let's get over here and do this. Because I've been playing Devil May Cry 3 a lot as well, as like alongside this, because I really enjoyed that game, so of course I'm going to play through it. Problem is, Devil May Cry 3, all of its combos, especially with the sword, are based off the first hit, that you delay your attacks after the first hit, whilst DMC 1 is after the second hit. So there's a lot of points you'll notice where I'll instinctively stop for a second after the first hit. By the way, here's the symbol. We take our sun key, or whatever it's, guiding light instead, and it will open it for us, giving us our new path and our way forward. There we go. Is it 2 minutes? So that wasn't long at all. If I made it my own part, the video would already be over. So that's why I've stacked them together. And oh, sweet, another S rank. I'm not going to try and rank run because that's really hard in DMC1. Thankfully, I don't think there's a trophy for it in DMC1 to do every mission, and I'm very thankful for that. Thank you. Anyway. Worth pointing out, as you can see here, no mission screen came up. We are not in a mission here. So, jump down here, you can explore the entire mansion and it not affect any kind of ranking. And this is the point I was mentioning a lot in the first part of there is a way of being able to grind orbs safely without worrying about it demolishing your rank or wasting time on any of your rank stuff, because you're not in a mission, so none of this counts. But you can still get red orbs and stuff. So I'm going to show you, just in case you're interested, how to grind red orbs easy. If you're playing on easy, this option is not available to you because the enemies in here will just be more puppets. But the second version of the Sin Sisters, with the ones with the Sin Scissors even, with the ones with the scythes instead, they will spawn here and they drop a healthy amount of red orbs. Not too much, but enough that you can grind off them. So all you do is come in, kill them, leave, re-enter, rinse, repeat, and you keep doing it until you buy every skill. If you want to make sure so you can do everything, buy everything along the way and then make yourself 20,000 red orbs clear, and you'll be able to buy everything for the next weapon we unlock a little later on. So I won't be doing that, I'm just going to show it off and I'll do the rest of the game as we go. But ow! And most of these enemies do drop green orbs as well, so you don't have to worry about getting hit too much. If you end up low, you should have enough Devil Trigger to help balance that out and rebalance the odds. But when you're done, head back up here, up the stairs. I'm only showing this bit just in case you've got lost in the manor and you don't know where to go to get back to where you were. You just go up the stairs and the door will be here. Through here, and you're back where you was. And so none of that will count towards the actual ranking or timing, but you still got the red orbs for it. So it's worth doing if you want to grind for them. Because there's no bloody palace in DMC1, so that's the only real alternative. Mission 8, the Legendary Knight returns. So you'd think this means a rematch with Nilo Angelo. No, not this time. I literally said Legendary Dark Knight because I'm used to DMC4's the difficulty on it. Yeah, I'll get a purple orb as well. I can't get anything else, unfortunately. But I'll save the last few because we'll be getting a new weapon very shortly. I believe in Mission 9. Right, kind of gives it away. You're going to go straight for a boss fight here. This is why there's a statue to upgrade stuff, just in case it isn't, and it's the music for the upgrade screen is playing as well, to sort of give you the indication it's about to get real soon. Hop up here when you're ready and brace yourself for a boss fight. Right, if you beat Phantom before without much difficulty, you'll find it a similar situation here. The strategy is still the same, he's just a bit faster, can do a bit more damage, and has a bit more health. Alternatively though, there is an alternate way of killing him. He has a new attack where he will jump up and try and slam down onto you. In the centre of the stage, it's glass. If you get him to jump onto that glass, I think it's 3 times, he will smash through it, and it will kill him immediately. Which I kind of like that. I wish Devil May Cry did that more, of alternate ways of killing the bosses, because this is the only time I can think of where that happens. But there's something sort of similar to it later on, but it's just a way of doing extra damage, not actually a way of killing it. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Now we've got another cutscene.
I'm his son, Dante. Sweet dreams.
Defeated the Phantom. Incredible power.
I like how Trish says the Phantom when officially its name is just Phantom. It's not like the being or something like that, its name is Phantom. So I found that a bit weird that was just how they did it, but anyway. When you move forward, you'll notice that after you kill it, it gives you a lot of red orbs. It gives you a lot more than it usually would for defeating a boss. That's because it's the final time we'll be taking down Phantom. Every time it's the final time you take down a boss in this game, it gives you far more red orbs than normal. I'm just going to quickly search the area while I'm here, because there has to be something. There's too much of a little open space for it to not be something. Oh, there's red orbs. Right, so I'm just going to quickly look around, because there might be a little bit more, you never know. If I can get up here. Maybe if I just take it like... there, like that. Oh, there's nothing here anyway. Maybe over this way then, like towards the corner.
We're wasting time.
Hey, alright. Goodness sake, let's head down then. Right, when you enter down here, your real reward for defeating Phantom, if you head over to this corner, it's a corpse of a soldier. He must be someone who wandered into the castle and died from exhaustion. He's holding something. The grenade gun. A grenade launcher as a weapon. That's beautiful. We're not going to use it yet because the only, the most effective thing it is against is a boss a little later on. Also worth noting, you can do cancelling with the grenade launcher. If you dodge roll, so if you lock onto an enemy and then dodge roll just after you shoot, it will cancel out the animation, and it's a lot quicker than waiting for the reload. Because it does have a long delay between shots, even though it is unlimited ammo like everything else. Anyway, the gimmick with this, the trident we got, you insert it into this, and it will raise the gate from downstairs up to us. So, that it will lift up, but where we are, it will now cover us. So we need to jump over this, and as fast as we can get down there. That's why I've gone into DT, because you run faster with it. And that's where you're gonna see the game's camera issue there. That was just me not being able to respond to the camera properly. And maybe we can just make it. If we could Stinger, yeah, Stinger has priority on a lot of things. You can animation, like you can break through stuff you're not supposed to like that. All right, and there is a fragment down here. I suspected as much. Anyway, let's go through the door. And that ends our mission. 5 minutes 31. Oof, I don't think that's going to be a good rank. I think that'll be like a B or a C. Oh, B, C. Sweet. And that's enough red orbs that I'm comfortable with going into the next mission, because the next mission we will be getting our new weapon. There we go. New strength. Yeah, use the new strength to open the door. Yeah, fuck it. I'll still have a healthy amount by the end of the mission, so I don't really mind too much. But when you head outside, well, welcome to Act 2 of the game, first of all, actually, before I get into that. Because Act 1 is inside the castle, Act 2 is this big garden space. So the next few parts will be spending it outside in the courtyard, the gardens, the maze, and just everywhere that's not in the castle. And then once we've done everything here, we'll be returning back to the castle, and that will be for the final act of the game. These graves, you can read them, they get some nice trivia. Like there's a message on the stone. Destiny awaits somewhere in the Colosseum. So that's our objective. There's a Colosseum somewhere out in this courtyard we need to find. If you click on this, I believe, yeah, secret dimension where red stones hide. They'll only appear if you do something out of the ordinary. That's telling you about the whole, if you stand in set positions, things will come to you. Like red orbs or blue orb fragments. But there's a good chance you've probably noticed that yourself already. So the fact that they don't tell you that until now is a bit off. It would also imply that there's something up there, but I don't believe there is any secret in that area there. Oh well. And also, just something worth noting from the first two parts. If you're following along, I'm sorry, but you've missed 2 secret missions now. I looked back on it afterwards and thought about it. There are 2 secret missions we've missed. When we killed the Shadow Wolf, instead of going through the door, we should have backtracked back to an earlier room, back to where we had to hit the button a bunch of times to take the lift down, and that would take you to a secret mission. And the other one, in the room where it was all the skulls, I don't remember when, but there's a point where you're supposed to return to that, and there'll be a secret mission there where you have to get the critical hit on the Sin Scissor and kill it in one shot. Anyway, new enemies. These enemies, if you play DMC4, will be familiar, because it's the same enemy. It's the Blades. They're little fuckers. They like to dive around the underground if they get a chance and swing at you, and they're pretty quick. So just be prepared when you're fighting them that they can be a bit of trouble. And I want to get this green orb. I've got full health, so I don't need to, but there we go. Oh, I didn't have full health, apparently. Anyway, when you're in the garden, you've killed them all. Head over this way, because there's a little secret in store for you. Also worth noting, the battle theme that plays in the courtyard, if you've played DMC4, is another thing that will sound familiar. This is the original... The battle theme that plays in the courtyard is the original version of Lock and Load. A track that's remixed and sort of remastered in DMC4. But it is the same, like, version. It's the same track, just a different version of it. As I stumble on my words again. I'm stumbling on my words a lot more because I just got home from work and thought, you know what, I'm just going to do this. So I wanted to anyway. So I'm already tired from a day of work, which I know isn't much because it's not too hard of a job. It's still work. That's the door we can't open until we get our new strength. And you'll notice on the fire trail here, this is the door we need to go through. When you head through here, you'll find that there's no other real way to go but up. Despite the fact there's ladders here, you can't climb them. They're just there to signify where you need to jump up more than anything. Right, I know that's the way we have to go down there, so I'm going to check these corners because I think there's something for us. I don't think it's any fragments, but I believe they're items, so they're worth picking up. And since it's DMC1, there's no limit on how many items you can get. There's a limit on how many you can buy, but say you buy the limit but then find another one, it will still let you have that other one, so it's very possible in collecting a lot of yellow orbs. Like that's our 5th yellow orb. Like if you were playing DMC2 onwards, it would limit you to 3, I believe. But yeah, because it will limit you to buying them to 3, I believe, in this. But in terms of just collecting them, you can have as many as you please if you can find them. Which I really like about that, so that it's not wasted if you've brought them all and then you find it and you just can't use it. Anyway, now it's time to do clearly the best thing in DMC1, platforming. Take it slow. when it comes to the platforming sections. You can run it. Remember, there are invisible walls to stop you just running off when it comes to it, so it won't let you won't just run off. So you can just position yourself perfectly and keep on running that direction, and then when you're ready, tap the jump and just commit to it. But still, be careful. The platforming is ancient in this game, and it is very unforgiving, and it's very easy to fall there. But when you reach the top, you'll reach Ifrit, our new weapon, and something that I'll try and use for a little while now. I won't use it too much if it's not necessary, but for the next boss fight coming up, I'll definitely use it because it's a very handy weapon to use. It's gauntlets. Every Devil May Cry game except DMC2 has a gauntlet type weapon, and DMC1 was the one that started the trend of making sure there's always a gauntlet weapon that Dante gets. But unfortunately, because it's the first time they do it, just like how Alistair and Force Edge are, it's the stiffest version of it. You're very limited with what you can do. Like with this, you're going to see I can only do a basic 4-hit combo right now. I can't do any kind of makeshift stinger because I have to buy that. And I can only do the only attack I can do in the air is the diagonal drop down, which you can't jump cancel. DMC 3 onwards will allow you to jump cancel it to get some really cool infinite loops with it if you wanted to, but that's DMC 3 and 4. DMC 1 you cannot jump cancel off enemies at all. If you do it, you're committing it all the way. Also worth noting, Ifrit's Devil Trigger is different. You will not be regenerating health with it, but you'll be doing far more damage with both your physical attacks and your gunplay. Whilst with Alistair, you shot faster, moved quicker, did slightly more damage and regenerated health. So if you want raw power, you equip Ifrit. It's why your Devil Trigger is glowing red as well. But new cutscene for new boss.
Son of Sparta who challenges the darkness for this.
Block off, Featherface, or you can stick around and find out the hard way.
Meet Raven, and similar to Phantom, this is our Act's reoccurring boss. Phantom is Act 1's reoccurring, this is Act 2's reoccurring. So they save no bars in introducing him as soon as possible. But what's worth noting is the grenade gun is great against Raven here. Don't be afraid to... This is the cancel I was on about, by the way, whilst I'm doing it. You shoot and then just roll, and then you can shoot immediately as soon as you recover from the roll. But if you don't do the roll, it takes longer. What you're supposed to do is climb up the red ledges to get high enough to shoot him, but he will come down to earth anyway, and you can start wailing on him. It's hard to hit him because the only part that counts as a health bar is the ribcage thing you can see on the middle of him. Hitting anywhere else will not do damage for him. However, you can get back on the back of him to try and get some extra hits in, like so. If you get enough damage to him, he will stun, and then you can really get in and dish out some pain. All of his, and here's your giveaway, by the way, not to use Alistair. All his attacks are electrical based. He's very resistant to electric attacks. If you use Alistair, you'll find yourself really not doing that much damage. But he's stunned, so now we need to get in there and use Devil Trigger and start wailing on his chest. And that health bar will start dropping. He has a lot more health than Phantom does, so don't be surprised if it takes a lot more of a beating. And then when you're ready, don't worry about being at point blank the grenade gun. The grenade gun doesn't have any kind of ricochet damage back to you. When Phantom's nearly dead, it will do these dive bombs on you. You will line it up with electricity first to try and stun you in place and then slam on you. Because the electricity hardly hurts you, it just holds you in place if it hits you, really. So it's worth keeping that in mind. Oh no, my mistake. Devil Trigger, if it does regenerate health, it just regenerates so tiny of amount you might as well not bother. But damn it! And you might have noticed as well that the grenade bolts are on fire when we're using Ifrit, but that's it. When you kill Raven, it will turn into a bunch of lightning bolts and will fly away. No fancy leaving cutscene, that's just how he leaves. You get your red orbs, you go. Now why we need Ifrit to open the door? Punch it and turn it on fire. But this mission's still not quite done yet. That's what I mean, it's not that insignificant. They were just like, alright, here's your new boss. Alright, now get on with it. The mission's not done yet, we've still got a little to go yet. I might swap to Alistair moving on, but I haven't decided yet. Just because we'll have more marionettes coming in, like more puppets and whatnot. Also, the double jump only applies for Alistair. If you're using Ifrit, the double jump doesn't count because you brought it for Alistair. That's something that is reoccurring with the series. If you buy air hike for a weapon, it's only for that weapon. If you equip a different weapon, you won't have the double jump anymore. So that's why I swapped back to Alistair as well, partly just so I can help explore it easier, that I can get around. But the marionettes usually don't do too well to any weapon, but I just kind of prefer Alistair for this. But we're going to get introduced to a new marionette here. We have some of the normal ones approaching us, but you'll notice behind them there's a new one. These guys have significantly more health, hit a lot harder, and do fire damage with everything they do, making Ifrit a lot less viable to them. That's something you have to keep in mind. Since the two main weapons of the game, because that's our second main one, is electric and fire, they run that gimmick through most of the game moving forward. There will be enemies that will be fire based and enemies that will be electricity based. You have to use the opposite weapon to get maximum damage. If you use the weapon of the same type, you'll do far less damage. Yeah, like with these early enemies, it really doesn't matter, as you could see, but late game you want to keep that in mind. If you see an enemy with electricity, you want to use Ifrit. If you see an enemy with fire, you want to use Alistair, because you'll just have an easier time. But see, that guy just took it like a champ. If I charge it up though, yeah, if I charge it up, you can charge up every hit with Ifrit if you hold down the button. There we go. So I should really swap to Alistair, but I'm kind of enjoying, like, I want to show off Ifrit a bit more. I'm kind of enjoying it, but just to show it off, like I said, the monster will have a harder time with this. See, he's already gone. How many more enemies are they? Fucking hell. Sorry, I'm very indecisive. I'm giving you the advice of not using fire weapon on fire enemy, and I'm swapping to it anyway, but just because I like using Ifrit, even if it is stiff. I still prefer Alistair if I had to choose of the two. There is one final physical weapon we'll get much later on, but that doesn't have a devil trigger with it, so don't expect us to use it much when we get it. It just does a lot of damage. So your two main weapons are Alistair and Ifrit, and at any point, you might have seen me do it, if you push in R3, you'll swap between them. If you have Force Edge equipped, R3 will do nothing, and when we have the final weapon, we get that later on, that will also do nothing. It's only for Alistair and Ifrit you can swap between the two, because of them being the whole elemental opposite thing. Anyway, over here there's a nice little secret for you. There's a red orb stash here. And the reason why it's here, because oddly enough, I guess they just remembered that, oh yeah, we've got doors that can be red orb locked. So they make it that there's infinite spawning enemies, and the door's locked by you having to spend red orbs. But it's not much. I think it's like 200. So you can get them if you want, or you can, to be fair, you can grind for loads if you really want to, but they're only these guys, so they're really not worth it. Now, see, they'll just keep coming back, but this door's here. We'll smash this at least. Oh, I love lock and load. It's such a good thing. I'm so happy they remixed it in 4. But I'd be perfectly happy if they remixed it again in 5. If F5 ever came out, Hideki Itsuno. Sorry, it's been 10 years. Anyway, that ends the mission. That was a long mission, actually. Because we entered the garden, we got the weapon, fought Raven, then had to do that little bit there. I don't think we're going to get a good rank, because we spent quite a while messing around. And we took quite a punishment from Raven for me being cocky. Yeah, C rank. That's still good 200 orbs. It gives you more orbs the later of later mission in the game it is. So if you see a C rank giving you like 50 orbs in mission 1 and wondering why I just got 200, it's just because it's later in the game. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. So next time on Devil May Cry, we're going to explore the Canyon of Mist and try and find a way to come out of the Labyrinth Canyon alive. But until then, you guys take care now. Also, this is our moveset that you can get for Ifrit, but I won't buy them just yet. I'll look at them next time. Take care now.